Hey everybody, how are you all doing? Sir Stevie here, bringing you a brand new Blackout video. In the video today, everybody, I'm just going to be bringing you a little bit of a discussion with some gameplay in the background, basically on my thoughts of the new update that we've got, which is the Apocalypse update, and it has replaced the Days of Summer, for those of you that didn't know. I did a video yesterday on the new zombie boss that we've got in Blackout, so if you haven't seen that, feel free to check that out as well. I'll leave an annotation at the end of the video. I'd just like to thank you all for choosing to click on the video as well. It really means a lot. If you are new, feel free to drop a subscribe and like it. It'd be truly appreciated. I'm doing a giveaway of a Scuff controller at the end of this month, so stay tuned for that. Don't forget to turn notifications on so you don't miss out on that as well. But yeah, starting off with the update itself, basically, it really hasn't got off to a good start considering we're only one day after it's been released. To start off, we had a little bit of what seems like a minor problem right now, and it was basically just that reserve crates weren't being earned. I think I completed a few contracts where I should have got maybe 3 or 4 reserve crates and they weren't stacking up, and you also weren't able to earn them through the regular way you earn reserve crates just by playing the game, that sort of thing, and not completing contracts. You could tier up with the new pass. There was no problems with that as far as I'm aware, but in terms of just getting reserve crates, it just wasn't happening at all. Treyarch have released a statement saying that that's been resolved, and after playing today, that has been fixed, so that's good. But that was probably the smaller problem with the update as a whole. Going into the main problem, and obviously it's still not been fixed yet, I don't believe, that is in regards to the new character Reaper that's been released. Now, Reaper is basically earned at tier 1, so it's basically the very first thing you unlock as part of this pass. And for those of you that don't know, I'm sure a lot of you have heard me complaining about it on my stream today, Reaper has unlimited dead silence in Blackout. Yeah, it's not meant to be like that, because obviously there's no in-game advantages in Blackout, so long as you play the regular modes, I guess, and you're not going for guns through reserve crates like we've had lately. But yeah, basically has permanent dead silence. It's been an absolute mood killer. It's put me off playing the game today, in all honesty, just because of the fact that everybody is using this character in Blackout. Nearly all the people I'm getting killed by is someone who's just snuck up to me. Yeah, you'll see it on your screen here. I've got a little clip of basically the footsteps with Reaper when I was using him just in an in-game lobby to get some footage. But yeah, basically that is it. He doesn't make a single sound when he moves. It's worse than dead silence, because even when you're using him, you don't hear any footsteps of your own. When normally with dead silence, you hear a tiny little pitter-pattering thing of movement. I'm hoping this doesn't take long to fix. We've had a notification basically already from David Vonderhaar on Twitter, so go ahead and check that out. He said they're planning on removing him from the game altogether until they can get him fixed. He said they were going to do that ASAP. That was around about 16 hours ago, so I'm not sure if that's still going ahead as planned or if maybe they fixed it. And I think instead of removing him, they managed to find a way around this. But yeah, in all honesty, I think it's just stupid how this thing's managed to get through. I don't understand how this thing manages to get through, because it's a massive flaw. You'd think someone would be testing this when the game's getting played, but at the same time, we know how pushed the staff at Treyarch are at the minute, I guess, from all the things we've heard about how quickly Black Ops 4 was made, that sort of thing. So it doesn't come as a massive surprise when simple things like this are going wrong. So now moving into the things, as I said, that are meant to be in the game, we've sort of got a little bit of a spooky atmosphere now in Blackout. We've basically got a little bit of like, it's a bit more nighttime, there's a lot more sort of supernatural things going on. You know, you can hear like a werewolf howling in the background of the map, the water's turned red, that sort of thing, obviously blood. And in all honesty, I think it's just a bit strange how we've had that at this time of the year. This really seems like a type of thing that we get near Halloween, you know, and I think this would be a great theme for Halloween. But to have it right now, just after a Days of Summer update, just while summer's almost starting, it just seems a little bit weird for me. I don't really get why we've got this update right now. It just seems a little bit ill-placed and feels like they've planned to put it here, but there hasn't been much thought put into it. I'm going to say it right now, I absolutely hate what they've done with the map, in all honesty. The fact that they've made it darker and there's fog, it kind of puts off long-range sniping, that's a bit harder, and it just, in my opinion, it just enables campers. They have stopped people camping a little bit by making sure that the windows are all smashed. As I'm sure we're all aware, the windows beforehand were all covered in like dust and rubbish, that sort of thing. So it was super easy for some noob to just hide behind a window and kill you, and you literally couldn't see them even if you knew they were there sometimes. Sometimes the only way you'd be able to tell a person was behind the window is if, say, they had like a really obvious camouflage on the gun, like dark matter, something like that stands out quite a lot. Seems a bit weird as well that we got that weird, is it like the Nebula outfit as well that came along with this, and now they've made the map a lot darker. So they've released the camouflage in the game a few days ago that of course you have to pay for, that makes you stick out like a sore thumb now because the map's a lot darker. The gameplay you've seen on your screen here, this is with brightness turned up all the way to the top. So it really does just seem like it's super, super dark. So if you do feel it's even darker than this, turn your brightness up a little bit. It might make it a little bit better. Moving on now into the actual battle pass itself. Again, I'm just a little bit disappointed with the pass itself that's come with this. We've only got 40 tiers, which obviously normally we have at least 50. You know, at one point we had 200, I think, with the very first update. So it really has dropped, and in all honesty, I'm not going to lie, it feels like the quality's dropped as well. There aren't really any good items in this pass that make me feel like I want to grind to get these items. Obviously, I'm not going to pay for this because, in all honesty, I can't tolerate putting much of any more money into this game. I already feel like the game feels like a little bit of a rip-off going from, say, the Black Ops pass to the fact that, you know, I've paid £40 for a Battle Royale game, which probably makes it the most, if not one of the most, or the most expensive Battle Royale game out there when you compare it to things like Apex and Fortnite, which are two big titles which are free, and PUBG, which you can pick up for around about £10-15. If you put Blackout in that category, it's more expensive than all three combined. I could stomach putting money in towards, obviously, skins, that sort of thing, outfits, if the game was free. And I'd have ultimately probably made a lot more money than Blackout has. Obviously, Fortnite will have a lot more people playing on it. But anyway, going back to the topic itself, there's only really, honestly, around about 2 items that I'm not bothered about, or 3 items that I'm not bothered about in the actual game itself. There's only one new character in this pass as far as I'm aware, which is Reaper, which, I'm not going to get back into Reaper. Let's not go near that minefield. But then we've got the Koshka, sort of the Mastercraft thing. That looks really nice, I'm not going to lie. I'm excited to get that. We've also got sort of like a new death effect, which I think is called Magma. You'll see it all on your screen here. I'll add that in for you, the main bits of it. And then we get a weapon bribe at the end, which is quite nice. But in all honesty, the rest of it for me just feels like junk. I'm not that bothered about different types of outfits for multiplayer characters. For me, they all look the same. Whenever I'm fighting an opponent in a fight, I don't think, oh, he's got this whatever camo on. I just think that's a ruin and I'm going to try and kill him now, you know. I'm not really that bothered about all these different types of skins. I like getting new characters now and then, especially if it's someone like, you know, that was important in the game or a big part of the game, like, say, Sergey, that sort of thing. But, yeah, I just thought I'd give you guys my opinion on what I think about this update. In all honesty, I'm pretty disappointed, as you can probably tell. I don't want this to come across as a bit of a rant because I really enjoyed all the other updates. I feel like they added to the game, they didn't take from the game. I feel like this whole thing with the fog really wasn't needed. I don't know anyone that's enjoying this update because of the fog. Really, in my opinion, I think the regular solo, duo and quad mode with all that fog should have been the limited time mode. The limited time mode, in my opinion, shouldn't have been an even worse version of the regular mode, if you get what I mean. I think this should be the limited time mode, and the regular mode should have just stayed how it was with the Days of Summer. They got it really spot on with the Days of Summer, because at the start of, I think, Operation Spectre Rising, the sun was a real problem, if you remember. I think it was Operation Spectre Rising, correct me if I'm wrong, but the sun was a real big problem then. But now it sort of then with Days of Summer, it really felt like they got everything spot on, you know. It felt like all the textures were great, the map looked beautiful and everything like that. Yeah, I just feel like, in all honesty, the update feels really rushed. It almost feels like they weren't ready to release this. For something as simple as like a character having unlimited dead silence to be able to sneak through into the game, it is a bit worrying what other problems could come down the line. And like I've been saying it for a while in my live stream, it feels like with this game, it's 1 step forward, 2 steps back. Like, we might have had a problem, the thing where, like, the windows were now taken out, but now it feels like the lighting in the game's a problem. It feels like this weird fog in the game is a problem. There's glitches left, right, and centre, that sort of thing. But, as I said, this is all just my opinion. If you guys feel different, let me know. Do you guys, after speaking to a lot of you guys in my live stream and judging by what you've told me in comments of, like, my other video, that sort of thing, but mostly in the live stream, it does feel that you guys feel similar on the same page as me. Because at the end of the day, I just want to be able to play this game and enjoy it. That's what a game like this is all about, isn't it? It's all about having fun. It's all about enjoying the game. And when it feels like they're putting unnecessary things into the game, it feels like it's ruining it. ruining it in a sense. But as I said, let me know in the comments what you guys think. It's always great to hear from you. As I mentioned, I'm doing the Scuff giveaway at the end of this month, so feel free to turn the notifications on. And if you enjoyed this video and you'd like to see more content from myself, including my live streams, feel free to hit the subscribe and like button as well, everybody. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch my video. I really appreciate it. Have a great evening, everybody. Thanks for watching. Take care. Bye for now.